Hi there, this is Pam Smith, your Life Passion and Fulfillment Coach, and I am here with your topic for the month. Your topic for this month is, I really want to bring your awareness to the fact that there is a ripple effect. So the topic is, there is a ripple effect. And when I say a ripple effect, what I mean is a ripple effect around the actions that you take or don't take in your life. There is a ripple effect that surrounds that. So if you take an action towards what you want to create in your life, and the ripple effect starts, and what tends to happen, it's like a vibration that ripples out. And I like to use that that metaphor of a ripple because it ripples out, and the vibration actually begins to attract more of what you've actually done. So if you're taking action towards what it is that you want to create in your life, the ripple effect actually goes out and begins to bring to you more of the same, more things that are in alignment with what you want to create in your life. And the more of that comes to you, naturally, the more actions and the more steps that you're going to continue to take. And then there's just a continuous flow that begins to happen. And that all begins typically with that first step, taking that first step. And then from there, there's a ripple. And then that begins to bring more. And then those new things, which are in alignment with what you want, encourage you to take more steps. And then there are more ripples that go out, or more vibrations. And then those things cause you to take more steps, and it just continues. It just continues. And taking steps, that really means taking action that really honor your deepest desires, that really support you in the direction that you want to go. So that's the impact and the effect when it's something that you want. Now the key is to know that your beliefs and the fears that you hold really impacts sort of how this ripple effect serves you or doesn't. Okay? Because it happens regardless. But if it's filtered by fear, filtered by lack of belief in what it is that you want, then that vibration gets filtered in there. So what you're sending out is the lack of belief. What you're sending out is the fear. And that begins to bring more of that to you. Right? So, and of course we don't want that. So you really have to be conscious of what kind of beliefs are you holding around the things that you want to create in your life. What kind of fears are you holding regarding those? And really begin to clear that out so that that's not impacting the ripples that you're sending out, the actions that you're taking. Also, lack of action can also produce a vibration, produce a ripple. And that begins to vibrate out and begin to attract more of the like, more of the same, more of that energy which doesn't serve you. So the key is to really know what you're holding, what you're believing, and so that your actions aren't creating things that you don't want, so that the ripple effect is really serving you versus not. I was inspired to make this the topic for this month from one of my clients. And and I'll give just a quick high-level story. She was in a situation with work in her professional career, and it was basically time for her to move on. She knew that in her spirit, but didn't know what to do, didn't know how to do that, felt some lack of confidence around that, and her first step was actually reaching out for help. So we began working together, and from that, having that help and that support, things really just began to open up super duper 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 quickly for her. So much began to open up. She began to really gain confidence in what she wanted to move forward to, in the confidence in knowing that it was truly time to move on, confidence enough to actually take that super major step to move on, to step out. And from there, the ripples have just been continuous. It's absolutely amazing. And I love every time I get to see this in all of my clients. It is so amazing to see. The ripples actually impact areas of your life that you don't even realize could be impacted by the one major step. You may think it's professional related, and it ripples out and impacts all other areas, your health, your wellness, your relationships, and that's what she's seeing, just her health and just her joy and fun and just how much she's actually living. Now, all of that has just gone to a whole nother level just by taking that step and having the ripple come out, get more of the same, more of the like, more ripples go out, more steps are taken, and it's absolutely amazing. So when I got her email yesterday, I was like, this needs to be the topic for this month, because we all need to just stay aware. You know, it's one of those things that we just need a conscious awareness that this is true, and it's happening whether we know it or not. It's always going on. So the more conscious we are of it, the more conscious we are about our beliefs and the fears that we're holding and really doing the work to clear that, the better that it will serve us. The more we can create what we want and really have ripples and vibrations going out that are in alignment with what we want. So I want to give you 3 quick steps to begin to start to make sure that you're creating from a place that you truly want, versus creating with sort of the fear and the disbelief and the lack of belief and limiting beliefs being filtered in there. Okay? So first step is to get into action. Period. Get into action. So you know, if you're feeling stuck in a career or just stuck in your life, you know there's some inner knowing of something you could do. Whether it's call a friend, call a coach, get a book, something has come across that has resonated in your spirit. And it may have just sort of slipped by and you really didn't pay attention to it. So get into action means to start paying attention and to take action on it. Maybe it's just going to a website, or maybe it's just making a phone call. But whatever that is, however small it is, take action. Get into action, because that step, whatever that is, will put those ripples out, right? Which will actually bring you some kind of, whether it's a feeling tone or an actual manifestation of something or someone, and that will encourage you to take another step. Okay, so the first step is to get into action. And I say this also because this is where a lot of times our stuff comes up, right? So we're not in action. So we'll say, okay, yeah, I'm going to do these 5 things, and then it's like 2 weeks later and the 5 things still aren't done. So when you put getting into action as your first step, it allows you to begin to see what's really going on. So is it procrastination? Is it fear? Are you trying to be perfect and get it perfectly, right before you take action? So getting into action is an awesome first step, because it will allow you to either gain from taking action or to see what's underneath so you can start dealing with it, okay? Number 2 is to begin to assess your beliefs. What do you believe around what it is that you want to create in your life? So if you're looking for more fulfillment, if you really want more meaning, if you want to finally start honoring your desires, those things you've been putting on the back burner for years, what do you believe around that? Is that possible for you? Do you believe it's possible for you? Do you believe that you have what it takes? Do you believe that you can transition and really begin to start doing these things that you love after, 20 years of ignoring and stepping over it? Do you believe that you can really find what you love? Do you believe that you can make a living doing what you love? So look at what you feel, look at your beliefs, and in areas where there is a lack of alignment, be willing to start doing some work around that and clearing that so that you can be in alignment, okay? And the third step is to begin to assess the fears that you're holding, okay? So what kind of fear are you holding? Fear of success, fear of failure, fear of being alone, fear that your colleagues will think you're crazy, that your family will think you're crazy. What kind of fears are you holding around what it is that you truly want to create in your life? And begin to deal with them. Bring them to the surface so you can start dealing. So those are some 3 quick steps to get you moving. I would say once you go through those steps, whatever comes to the surface, be willing to deal with it. Be willing to do some work around it. Be willing to get some support to help you deal with it so that you can begin to move beyond it. Okay? And that's the key. If we don't deal with these things, we don't move forward. So be willing to deal with it so you can move beyond it, so you can really start creating what it is that you truly want for your life. And you can really have this wonderful, amazing ripple effect that's always occurring. You can have it support you and really contribute to the creation that you are really wanting to happen in your life. Okay? So always know there is a ripple effect. Stay conscious of what you're holding and follow those 3 steps to get started. There's a challenge below in the email, so make sure you check that out to sort of give you some steps around what to do. And I will look forward to connecting with you next time. So, many blessings.